So I've ran into this problem before with a few of the other discs I've owned in my collection, and I've never really came into like a solid proof of why it happens, as far as, you know, cracking and the paint coming off. I always just thought it was because of abuse, but if we take a look at the Skies of Arcadia right here, I mean, we can pretty much see, I don't think this has to do with abuse per se. I just think it has to do with, you know, poor paint quality. There you can see a little better right there. Poor paint quality out of the factory, and it just kind of splinters and crinkles in the humidity, or maybe, you know, going from extreme hot to cold or something like that. And I was trying to look to some sort of resolution to be able to get that under control, because there's no way to paint that per se and get it to look really good. Because if you painted this, it'd look blobby, and I'm sure I couldn't get the exact color. But through the camera right here, my fix has already been applied to this disc, and you can't really see it, which is kind of nice. You might be able to see it a little bit now. But what I'm going to go ahead and show you is what I used, and that is this Patricia Nimmox clear acrylic sealer. Now, I did a little bit of research on this, and I kind of looked online to some of the people just kind of printing their own discs at home and like what they use to seal it, because if you print it on a disc directly, obviously, you know, it's just, unless you're using like a laser printer or something, it's not going to be very waterproof and resilient. The colors will begin to fade or run or whatever with, you know, humidity and whatever else. And these, from the factory, from what I know, these should be somewhat waterproof. I mean, I've washed them and whatever when I have like fingerprints on them, but definitely with these cracks though, I want to get these in control. Like you can see now, before, when I used to kind of rub my finger across it, like I'd get a whole bunch of stuff on my finger, and now so much that isn't really the the case here. After at least clearing it a little bit, like you can see, you know, there are some missing pieces, and this is unfortunately just how I bought it. But after at least hitting it with that spray, like no big pieces are coming off per se, because this at least gives it a little bit, this clear coat gives it a little bit of a protectant layer. And you can see it on this disc. This wasn't damaged, it's kind of just like the test one I went on, and you can kind of see the coating on that. After I did it, it makes it a little bit of a matte sheen, but it's definitely not like super noticeable. And the Metal Gear I just have just for kind of like a, this is just another disc, a Gamecube disc that I had just off the top of my head. You can see kind of like the paint ripped off over there, and this isn't something as bad as I would spray it, but I guess over time, if it would bubble up a little more, that's just something you could do. So yeah, just a real quick short video, just kind of throwing it out there maybe to help some people out there kind of worried like I am about some of their discs, and kind of what to do, you know, because like I said, you can go the paint route or something, but it's just, that's going to look ugly. And two, you don't want to get the I mean, these discs aren't balanced per se, but you know, if you put a huge blob of paint on this side and it's spinning, it's going to start to wobble, and you don't want that. So get a real, you know, like I don't think this goes without saying, but how to use this stuff. You just get a real nice thin coat on it. Just spray it once. I only put 2 coats on these because I didn't want to blob it up too much. Just like how you would spray paint anything, and the directions are on the back too. So it's real foolproof. Nothing super serious, but like I said, just want to throw it out there and see if it helps anybody. So that about wraps that up. So yeah, thanks for watching.